Hey, traders. Happy Monday to you. Hope you're having a good one. Where Bitcoin has potentially broken out. Now, there are multiple breakout points that we've been talking about, right? You had the down sloping resistance, you have horizontal line resistance, right? Alright, so Bitcoin very early this morning, late last night, broke that resistance and went to test the old high from February 21st, 2021. We always knew it was going to be very important ever since it was created. Your price had correlated to that. Once March 11th, a couple times mid-late March, and then March 22nd, once we fell below it, you back tested it as resistance for dumping to lower prices. But now, here we are, we're back at it, and it is a resistance again. So we're not out of the woods yet, but there are things to be optimistic about. The daily was incredible. Just yesterday we were talking about it, and it looks very good today. Where you look at, now, again, depending on the daily, there's great news. Let's look at it. But okay, so we break 58K. We can hold this supply line long enough, 4, 8, going on 12 hours. Getting around 10 hours right now of holding support. What was once a supply line has now become potentially a demand line. So what's the next step after you hold something regarded as support for so long? You mark up, but just above it is the other critical. You're just very squeezed in right now. You can clearly see, can we cue this on critical areas? Price action correlation to trend lines, horizontal lines is beautiful. It all makes sense. So anyway, the daily, man. What's going on the daily? At least on the Binance chart, on the Bitcoin to US dollar Tether, where I think Tether hit an all-time high, right, today, like the amount that exists. And you get Visa, mass adoption, right? Traders, or people will be able to settle up in the US dollar coin, which is huge. I mean, it's just another major news-driven catalyst that could have had something to do with potentially the markup. So as you can see, right, coupled handle, that hidden bullish divergence, that bullish convergence, or hidden divergence in the RSI, convergence on the MACD. Hold on, I gotta close my door. My Roomba's doing things. Hold on. All right, so yeah, I think what's most important for Bitcoin today, an hour 45 minutes, is a close above where traders settled up their highest point at one time, highest level ever, February 21st, right? So there's that wick high, of course, that you're not above, and you had tested it, but I think that's major, man. I think that's like kind of the coupled handle neckline. So you're getting closed back above that's very, very strong, all right? Or look at this. I mean, the RSI is at 58.9. Your MACD is losing the remaining negative momentum. So you're just talking like the oscillators are set up for a measured move to hit eventually 72K. 67K to 72K. Like that's kind of the targeted area if this TA is to be respected on the daily time scale and the bullish trend, the bullish pattern, the bullish indicators. Wow. Okay, so how could we be surprised after just yesterday looking at it? We had been looking at it, waiting for an edge, you got one. But it's really cool that it was so strong. The asset Bitcoin rallied above 55K. Look, spent 4, 8, 12, 16 hours regarding $55,000 as support. When it has done that before, a couple times, multiple times. Because it's just the zeros and the fives, man, the zeros and the fives, the midpoints, right? 55,000, 60,000, 65K would act as one, 70K. They're all going to be there and regarded at these levels where there's just such little data. You're creating data at them now. So almost like a really strong inverse head and shoulders that has certainly broken a neckline, if you would, or to consider it that. Very, very strong where the sellers were unable to push the price below 55K to make it look more symmetrical as a structure, right? Like could have gone down at 53,000, could have even gone down to 52,172 to test it as support, because once you broke it, you never did that. So very, very bullish, the fact that this is going on. Or that just means too much demand, or also not enough supply. Is this thing live? Just make sure. Can you hear the music? Or you can, I know you can, but it might be too loud. Man, what a game last night. Shoot, dude. It sucks, man. Being on one side of it, the losing side of a game like that, but got to give it to UCLA. They really, really wanted it bad in overtime. A lot of mistakes from Alabama's side. Free throws, anyone? Bueller? Got to hit a miraculous 3-point shot in the last 6 seconds, but can't hit free throws to get us in that situation. So, yeah, it sucks, man, but best of luck to UCLA in their upcoming matchup against Michigan. That'll be a good one. Yeah, turn down the decibel levels to where it's normal. Okay. All right, man. So the stage is set. The daily is set up for much higher prices. I mean, it wouldn't be weird to see like a continuation of the breakout, because you have a breakout, you don't have all the breakout. You got some, not all, and you want more.
No supply.
What's up, Flip to Whip? Thanks for the 5. Yep. No supply.
Noise!
When you get a chance, can you please take a look at CRV USDT? Thanks for the info.
What's up, Will? Thanks for the 20. Sure, yeah, we'll look at CRV. One of those newer S coins that went nuts. Off of Harmonic, just like Kate, just like Rose, just like Ocean. Yeah, we'll look at it. So Ethereum, really, really nice price action. Where we were talking about yesterday, you were just butting up against the confirmation line, the neckline of the Head and Shoulders, and you were creating your own little mini inverse Head and Shoulders. And we're like really happy and pleased to see Ethereum never see the measured move of the Head and Shoulders. That means, right, that is a test. That is letting us know as market participants that the bullish bias still could very well be around on Ethereum. And as you can see, after that higher low matched the previous one, you broke that neckline, and where'd you go? You went straight up to a resistance point, a high that was painted February 10th. You tested it and pulled back a little bit with Bitcoin, but it was up almost 10% today, around that amount. So remember we were saying like Ethereum's got a lot of work to do. It still does, right? I mean, I can plot this if you want. We're gonna have that upon us, right? A supply line, like Bitcoin's broken its supply line, Ethereum's still contained within its structure or whatever. Okay, so yeah, you got work to do. You got to break through all this resistance, and then the down sloping resistance as well is going to be. So that's an area of confluence, major resistance point. If you break that, you're in really good shape. So you're on the cusp of a major breakout. But just imagine a back test of 1748 before going higher. That could happen too, right? You just hit it, but you haven't gone anywhere. Bitcoin's just so strong right now. Ethereum's catching bids with Bitcoin. Great news, man. The bullish bias is still around based on the underperformance of the very, very bearish, bearish cipher and the Head and Shoulders after it. Great news. That's what you always want to see. Underperformance and bullish trends. Okay, because if this was a major reversal, like I'm talking, this is how they end. This is how cycles and trends end with structures like this. And if you don't reverse majorly, then you're in really good shape for all-time highs and beyond. This trend continues. It's tough calling tops. What's up, Lucifer? Thank you, dude. Comment, please check the description below if you want requests. Thank you. Yeah, Ethereum's probably getting some real nice bids. What was it? Hold on, let me check real quick. It had something to do with Ethereum. What the heck? Let's see here. Am I reading this right? Oh yeah, so Visa today announced a major industry first in bridging the worlds of digital and traditional fiat currencies, the use of US dollar coin, USDC, a stable coin backed by the US dollar to settle a transaction with Visa over Ethereum, one of the most actively used open source blockchains, Gas Visa. So Visa is piloting the capability with Crypto.com, right, Crow, a Visa partner and one of the world's largest crypto platforms, and plans to offer US dollar coin settlement capability to additional partners later this year. All right, so that's kind of like what was going on. Okay. All right, Kava, sure do. Yeah, absolutely. So that's it. Ethereum, news-driven catalyst, catching bids with the macro, Bitcoin going up too. So I think it's just great for the crypto space in general. All right, Litecoin, same situation where it was never able to hit the PCZ of the bullish pattern, right? Too much demand, not enough supply, hitting an ice line. You couldn't. There was too much demand. There's too many buy orders at 173 area. So the rally continues, and now you're on the cusp of another major breakout. If Litecoin breaks 195, as we've discussed every single time it's been here, it has a probability of going to 228. And that's exactly what happened last time. 195, you break 195, good chance you see 220. You did it. And you had the courtesy of back testing it a couple times as support before that one rally up there. So very strong, man, to see a 786 retrace on a 50% B on XABCD. The bear pole, bear flag, I think it pretty much played out perfectly. I think it hit the measured move, but whatever, man. So you're just seeing, right, 786. It happens sometimes. Like I think CEL has the same situation where it's a 50% retrace on B, but still, they're unconventional XABCDs, harmonic structures. They're not like, you can't name them. It can't be a bat because it never hit the 886, right?
Thanks, bro.
What's up, Craig? Thanks for the 21 super chat. Sure, thank you. Okay, so Litecoin, you get above 195. Like Bitcoin gets above 58,100. Like Ethereum gets above 1872. They all have their own respective resistance points that they're all at right now. And all they have to do is Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin breaks its 58,100, 58,400 area. Ethereum's going to break 1872. Litecoin's going to break 195. And they're all going to run to their next resistance points. I think for Ethereum, it's probably around $2,000. Litecoin's 228. Bitcoin is 60K. Easy enough, right? Okay. Good news, man, for index fund. Well, at least the Dow Jones hitting all-time highs today. Fantastic, right? Look what happened, man. Hidden bullish divergence manifested into a continuation. Well, that's what it does, man. So you're back out of that really nice respected channel again. So you're thinking, I mean, eventually 35K, but at any point, you know, you run up, you hit like $33,500, $34,000. You could end up making bearish divergence and pulling back again before going higher. So it's not going to happen overnight on an index fund like this. No way. But eventually 35K. The way things are going with value, you know, financials, man, killing it. So you have that. You have the S&P. Let's look at that real quick. Nice. How it held. What was once resistance became support. You bounced. You rallied. You did not quite hit all-time highs today. Probably tomorrow. But 4,000 is obviously the target. That psychological resistance points. Then above that's the upsloping resistance. I mean, who knows how long it would take to get there. You know, the longer it takes to get there, the higher that supply line is going to be, around 4130.
SXP?
What's up, Dan? Thanks for the 20. Sure, we'll look at XSP. SXP, sorry. Yup. Good news. So really, who owns this market right now? Who owns this market right now? Man, it's tough on the Nasdaq. The only thing I like about this a lot is how the 200 moving average. We've seen it over and over and over again. You're catching bids there, and now you're back above that $13,000 area, right? That was the only support that existed, right? It was just created, manufactured recently. It's psychological too. So being back above that's really good. Really good to see the negative momentum waning. So you got bullish convergence going on. The longer you stay above 13K now, the higher the probability becomes ICX, Nasdaq Composite runs to 13,600 again to test that obvious sell wall. All right, you break that sell wall, easy, all-time high, and then could continue on. Now it's going to require mega cap, most likely tech, Apple, Amazon, Google, those assets to perform well. They're the market drivers. Okay, that's it. So it could still be a scuffed inverse head shoulders. It also could be an XABC going on D stuff, right? Now this could be a bearish Gartley. I mean, it's a little very close to a 618, right? Oh man, I gotta be careful. I think this is playing Grateful Dead. Great song, dude. I love this song. But yeah, Althea, forget about it. I just can't play it because it's just copyright. It's too hard. Sorry. But if we're all hanging out together, That's the type of music we'll be playing like all day. At least during the day. At night we'll go back to music like this. Okay, what? Yeah, so that's it, man. It actually okay. No technical damage, making a higher low, and it could be it's like a, you know, it's the development of potential more complex structure. You've made XA, you've made AB, you've made BC, and now C to D. That's the largest wave, so you could be running up to at least fill the gap around 13,800, around the 78.6% retrace. So good stuff, man. So we look at the Russell 2000 while we're looking at the 4 index funds. Not looking good, man. It's you know, it had hidden bullish divergence in development, and then it started selling off. They're down almost 3%. So you really don't want to be going back down to 2085, 2070 again. You break that, man. Whew, there's just very little support below you. So you don't want to be stalling now. I don't think it's over yet, but you're not in trouble until 2070 is broken. Let's just see how it plays out for the small caps. RUT, or you could look at the IWM, which is the index fund. That's how you trade this or buy this IWM ETF. Okay, all right. So do we want to look at that before we get in the request? Probably. Yeah, I mean, dude, can you be surprised if you watch this stream? Can you even be surprised at all on gold? Gold that dumped today. All right, bearish engulfing candle on the daily. Continuing to lose your positive momentum, and you know you tested that very major resistance area and you failed. Right? What was once resistance, support is resistance again. So you're selling off, and very rarely, I mean, like besides this right here on the way up when the bulls had the ball, right? The trend. Yeah, you pulled back a little bit, absorption, and then you broke it eventually. But now you're on the other side of the fence, man. Momentum's on the bearish side right now, and the historical price action between 1520 and 1800 is normally straight up, straight down every single time. So we've looked at that numerous times on the stream. So just be careful. It's just not, you can't be bullish on gold until it breaks back above. Really, I think 1800 is the big one. Like you get above 1800, oh man. I'm gonna be looking at gold like crazy, but until that happens, I just can't be bullish. You can't be bullish on it. The technicals, man. All right, that's it for gold. All right, now we can do maybe some requests. Sweet. Let's see. Thanks for the 1,300 people here. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, the bell, a sub. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Thanks for choosing me as you know, the person you watch. There's a lot of people out there you could watch. You choose me, and I know that, and I'm very grateful. Thank you. I'm trying to see here. Where are we at? Okay. CRV, which is up. Yep, 10%. Wasn't showing too much on the daily, but it was in a nice uptrend, and still in this uptrend. It's beautiful, man. CRV, just kind of the way I've been looking at it, is a nice uptrend. I love one bottom, a confirmation low. A lot of altcoins across the market were showing that confirmation low, but it was special on this one because look at the demand line. It hit that demand line twice. It hit the 200 moving average twice, and on that second low, you could have argued some form of bullish divergence convergence, right? Where you had a valley, about the exact same valley, and it's actually a little higher, so it was technically convergence. But man, when it's that close, it's really bullish signal, and the context of the demand line being tested once and then twice, beautiful. And now what did it do? It bounced off that demand line and went to the supply line. Not once, sold off, hit the heart line, and then rallied again to hit the supply line, the top of the channel, twice. But it's not really relenting much, is it? Back above 314. Which is a high from February 20th. I think it didn't quite hit that 356. Thought it would probably, but above that, man. I mean, if CRV truly does keep this big run going, we're talking 533. What is that? The wick high? No, man. There's actually more data back from August. That's crazy. Most of these just went nuts, right? I mean, went nuts, and there was no data here. Like GRT was like, it's way out of data. Those are just gone, man. So yeah, I think you're just kind of in a zone of resistance from history from August last year, and once you break 356 or so, I think you're gonna have probably a decent ride up to 420 to 458, and then above that's 533. It's just one at a time. After that, the big one for CRV is like 533. You break that, I mean, you could be headed to $10. Psychological resistance, right? Yeah. So there's some work cut out for you still on this, but it looks great. Respecting the channel very, very well, as you can clearly see. That's evidence there. All right. Could pull back again, on the second high. But so it's not at you could have requested CRV on 4 days ago, and it would have been a much better request, right, than now, being at the top of the channel. Cool, man. CRV, very, very bullish trend. It's and it all started. Yes, it all started with pretty much a beautiful bullish Gartley. It was a little scuffed, but didn't fool me, man. It was a beautiful area. It was the exact area where you wanted to see one of these XABCDs. It's fantastic. So yeah, and here's the thing: if you don't want to regard looking left, let's see if there's any confluence from this high to low here. There is. The 1414 is around that 458. So that's the X marks the spot up there, 450 to 458, if you can break 356. All right. CRV. No, we looked at this one. I think we looked at this yesterday, where it was like unconventional of a harmonic, but it doesn't matter. It's XABCD. There was a range that was created, 77 to 80 cents. Right, you hit the bottom. You hit this once, and then twice, and there was triple MACD bullish divergence. So you hit the top of the channel, as we saw yesterday, and it's like this could be an area where it pulls back some. It's not. This is not the area that we're taking longs exactly. But there's a thing: if mana breaks 164 to 121, oh man, that's it, dude. It's gonna go insane. Like I don't think. Yeah, I think you're well beyond all-time highs on mana. I might be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure, even with all the data on other charts, I think we're gone. So easy to target, though. I mean, first target above 121 is 132, 138, second target, and then 147 is the gold mean ratio. I would think that's the target. 147 to 150 on mana, once or if you can break the top of this range that's been created. That's it. Okay. Nice. There's no edge right now. Nothing's implying. Right now, there was an edge, right? There was an edge 5 days ago. There was an edge 5 days ago on, 4 days ago, on many assets. Not just mana. Not just CRV. It was across multiple charts. And we have been able to identify those, and hopefully you were able to maybe take a position on one of them. Okay? So great. That's what you want to see. This is the time to be looking at it, not so much here, even though it doesn't mean it can't just pivot here and run and break all-time highs and go to much higher levels. All right, mana, DeFi space, or not, sorry, NFT space has been on fire. Many of these assets in that have been, like, oh, I'm in crypto because of the insane volatility and the gains. That means NFT coins right now. Like, Bitcoin had its fun, but Bitcoin can't do what these NFTs are doing now. Like, it just can't. Like, it's too much. Right, the market cap getting too bloated to just, oh man, in a week this asset's up literally 100%. Bitcoin can't do it anymore. So if you want yield in crypto, like scanning these coins like cake, like mana, like it's advantageous in uptrends to be looking for an edge. Applying the traditional technical analysis I try to teach here. You can make money off that. Yeah, Wax coin was another, exactly. Wax Connect, man, I remember Wax was a Wyckoff trade way back, man. We're talking before April 1st, 2019, when Bitcoin's really went, right, when we broke that sell wall.
Hey Mitch, can we check out Algo?
Yeah.
Seems to be breaking out, and there was a whale making $100,000 buys in 5 minutes intervals for almost 4 hours today. Accumulation perhaps.
Wait.
Would love your thoughts.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Never seen anything like it.
I would never ever think about a whale, like putting credence on watching a whale like on an order book buy $100,000 buys in 5-minute intervals. I wouldn't worry about, dude, that's all like, it can be spoofed, it can be manipulated, and it can be there to screw you up to make you, oh, it's so good, it's so bad. I would focus not on that, focus more on the technicals and the value areas, the risk management areas. So Casey, dude.
Break hook in go scenario.
Could very well be that. Yes, Casey, man.
Hey Mitch, can you look at a REIT stock on the daily? Thanks, Mucho.
What's up, Bit Von Coin? Thank you. Yes, we will. Cheers. Thank y'all. Alright, Mana, have your alert set up above 121 because that's price discovery mode, and this thing's stupidly bullish, and it's in the most bullish subsector of the crypto space. Wow, we can actually have subsectors now. You got DeFi, alright, you got privacy coins, you got NFT coins now, right? Nice. So we have subsectors, right? Like you have tech, and then you have like semiconductors, right? Okay, I like that. This is how it's supposed to go. This market is maturing, and so new subsectors are being created every cycle, every 3-4 years. And I guess 3 to 4 years from now, there's going to be a new subsector of crypto. I don't know what it is. None of us do really, except the people maybe working on it right now. Okay. All right. Next one was. And off that, as we looked at it yesterday, right, it fell out of the channel, but hit 113% retrace from its previous low, and that's a textbook shark pattern completion zone. You got the reaction that ended up, sometimes it happens, ended up being the reversal, just like Bitcoin at its 618. It was a reaction and the reversal. And dude, it's not always going to play out like that, but I would think the probability is higher you would get a reaction and never a reversal when you do have some sort or form of exhaustion on at least one indicator, right? So, but still, I've even seen it too many times, countless times, where you have divergence that ushers in the reverse or the reaction, and then it just can't catch the steam and then sells off again and double bottoms, and you show continued divergence, like triple divergence, right on the second low. So it's just really tough, man. When assets rarely, I mean, I think more often than not, you get confirmation lows, some sort of pattern development at PCZs versus this. This just doesn't happen that often on traditional markets, and a lot of times in crypto it doesn't even happen like this. So cool stuff on algo, hitting that PCZ, reacting and reversing in one swoop, and here you are. Like, I think the target is 146 on algo, the top, right? Just like, look, 1 2 3 4, why not 5? Why not 5? Okay, and above that it's like 171 at high point from February 12th. So cool on algo. Nice, respecting the TA. Look at that, a 113 confluent with a 1618 pretty much. Oh, gorgeous, man. Wish we would have seen that. I wish I'd have seen that. But again, I would have been like, oh, it'd be prudent to wait for confirmation. You never got it on this one. It happens. What's up, Joshua? Sorry about that, dude. We can look at it if you want, alright? Algo, a killer.
Peace. 0.0027603988.
Thank you, Dow Jones, for the Ethereum. $5 of Ethereum contribution. Much love. Alright, next one. Crazy. Don't look at a BTC pair of that. I bet it looks terrible, right? Oh, it's pretty terrible. Oh my god. I actually kind of intrigued a little bit. At the same time, I'm not. Huh. So XEM, Nemesis to Bitcoin. Wow, get wrecked, dude. What a range, though. What a freaking range. And you're at the bottom of the range, kind of. I mean, pretty much. Alright, look at that data. A lot of data. So, just the low from July 2019 and the peak from 2019, and a lot of different touches all over the place. I like the fact that you're holding there, but I just don't know if there's enough data. There was almost a harmonic. It's actually looking like it's starting to reverse here, turning around. I was thinking about maybe a Gartley, but I don't think it got deep enough here. Dang, man, it had so much. Yeah, it was so close to a 786. It got to like a 74-75% retrace. So you almost have a Gartley here. And in this context, Gartleys are incredible, right? Look at that. I mean, you were so close, man.
Do you like country music?
Look at that. I mean, that's pretty amazing right there on Nemesis. So you would think that the country music, I like classic country, like old like George Strait and Garth Brooks and Alan Jackson from like the early 2000s, late 90s. You know, heck, I like Don Williams, old school. I like Travis Tritt, man. I mean, like, you know, but new country, I hate it. I can't listen to it. It's terrible. I just no. So hey, maybe on Nemesis that was it, and that's near 1414 as well. That's crazy. So I would think the target, if this is actually going to play out here, you're going to 749 satoshis. And then if you break that, wow, look out, dude.
Can you give a conceptual perspective about why technical?
Yeah, that's the first, definitely the first target, 750 sats. What's up, Kava? Sure, I guess, yeah. I would think the target after that would be 880 sats, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. Look at that, straight down. Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight up. Oh my god, that's it. So if you wanted targets on Nemesis to BTC, if this was this harmonic that was just maybe too strong to hit that PCZ, 750, 880, boom, wham bam, thank you ma'am. What else do you want? Those are two targets. All right, let's see what happens on this pretty, very interesting chart. Okay, you zoom out again, huge trading range between 550 sats and 1500. If you break 880, you're going up most likely to 1500 sats again. So nice chart, interesting. Sorry, I keep saying that, but I'm just looking at it like, wow. All right. Next one was that. Okay. SXP was man, what a fake out, what a failure. You know, its inability to catch bids. I mean, it looked so set up, and it was a false breakout, a textbook fake out, man. You even got confirmation there on that second high on the breakout that was lower than the previous high before the sell-off began. But that's okay, right? You know, it really is okay, because look, I mean, look at this high point from February 11th, February 12th, and you resistance, support. Wow, it looked like you almost back tested it as support there. So the target is 354 to 378. Unfortunately, yeah, it just didn't work out. It didn't play out, but it's not dead yet. I think you're probably going to go test 354, 378 again. If you break that, then you might be off, right? Think about it. You know, it might be just a double bottom going on, right? One valley and a second valley, confirmation low. And I would think the target's similar. 483 to $5 if you ever get above 378. That's where it's going immediately. But after that, I don't know. So it's no longer a couple of double bottom handle. Whoa, dude, this is a crazy looking coffee cup, right? For an alien. Yeah, which you just gotta keep in mind is like look a low, the same low. Well, they're kind of lower lows than the previous lows in the rally, and then you sell off a low, kind of a slightly lower low, put it back above critical supports. I think there's upside on this that could take it eventually to $43 to $5. The uptrend is so strong, man. Such a strong uptrend. Okay, it's not over. This thing's still in a bull trend, so that if you're showing one bottom and maybe a confirmation bottom, a reversal low, yeah, $5. eventually. And back above the 200 moving average, everything's fine on this one, except it just was so pretty. And then, Bitcoin. When Bitcoin sold off, how can any asset really perform? This happened to Bitcoin. This happened to, you'll see this across all the assets, most of them anyway, except for like a handful like Data and Cake, right? So yeah, it's not over. It's okay. It almost was like a bullish alternate bat pattern. Very close to a bullish alternate bat pattern. It was a 50% though, so never mind. Right, bullish alternate bats are when you have a 382 PCZ, which is exactly where traders settled up at their lowest point, and it can extend between the PCZ on the bullish alternate bat is between the 886 and the 113% retrace. It could be, and it hit a 106 retrace, 106.7% retrace, which is fine before it reversed. So. Still had a little XABCD action going on, of course. Okay. Look at Algo. Hex. What's next? Ooh, I rhymed.
Mitch, I lost a little respect for you when you called Alan Jackson and Garth Brooks classic country.
It's like it wasn't considered that before. Now it is. It's literally country and it's classic, dude. You telling me the year 1995 is not classic now? Nirvana and Red Hot Chili Peppers, that's classic rock now. You're just not going back in time. You're stuck in time, dude. You think that's? I know, I get it though. A lot of people are like, man, it still feels like the 90s. It still feels like the early 2000s, mid 2000s for me, right? It's like, yeah, it's not classic. It is actually, though. Yeah. So I get it, though, man. Hey, I'm a live streamer. Someone asked me a question, and I answered, Dude, Hank Williams Jr., right? And I said Don Williams, too, so... What, some Merle Haggard, too, is fine. Alabama. Literally Alabama is also, I like that band. So Hex, is it back testing all-time highs? No, it tested all-time highs resistance and reversed there. And yeah, as long as it can hold above this area, this 1.5 cent area, I think it'll be okay. What? Hold on, that shouldn't be here visible on the daily. Let's see. This should be visible on the daily only. And you're above, anything above 1.42 cents on Hex is great. It's really good. Okay, so yeah, it back tested what was once resistance, kind of an old all-time high from October of last year.
It's all up, brother, just yanking your chain as a fellow Southerner.
I got you, dude. It's all good. No, I get it though. I understand why a Southerner would say that to me. All right. Because back then they weren't like other people would bash them, But it's funny. What got me into country music was in middle school. It was after a dance, and the song "Young" by Kenny Chesney came on. And I know that's not even really. That's like people would talk crap about that, but that was what the song that got me into the country genre back then.
Dude, when I turned on Classic Rock FM and they were playing Britney Spears' "Oops, I Did It Again," and it was like WTF, and the DJ got into it with the Collins over it. And he was like, look, it's over 20 years old, classic hits, is anything over 20 years. Scary.
Yeah, but that's wrong because it was a classic rock channel, and that certainly was not, she's not rock at all. So like that's where someone could come in and be like, that's stupid, that doesn't make any sense. And I agree with that, so. Thanks, dude.
Is that a joint?
It's not even country crawl, it's literally just pop. Okay. So Hex is fine. Yes, pulling back after hitting all-time highs, pretty much. I think you just make a higher low. Eventually just make a higher low than 70% of a penny, and it'll be a higher low and consecutively, and it'll just go again. And you sit in a very nice uptrend, and we knew what was going to happen once you broke 9.4 tenths of 1 penny, 1.2, you broke that, then you went to 1.9. So above that, man, 10 cents. Or no, 4 cents, and then 10 cents. So yeah. On Hex, it's okay, dude. Just nothing to worry about until you fall and make a lower low than these previous lows. Then the trend is still bullish. Our next one was that one. I don't like it, man. I mean, yeah, I like it. We've been here recently at AREC, American Resources Corporation, where you are, this is very good, man. One test, a second test, you could argue there's bullish divergence on the MACD developing. I mean, that it's just such, it's almost a new, you know, you got the separation you want, almost, but not quite, and that's okay. But like, yeah, this is a great low risk area.
Much love, Mitch. Have we looked at ANKR/USD?
So Antonio, of course, thank you, man. Right back at you. Yes, of course. So one bottom, maybe a confirmation low, and on this confirmation low with maybe some divergence going on the daily time scale could usher in a reversal. XABC going on C to D, and doesn't have to be any kind of harmonic. It's just, you know, the wave analysis is just so common. It happens all the time. W's and M's, right? So yeah, this could be a great opportunity. I would think a gap fill would be an adequate target, at least around $6.18. Yes, but you understand why it could be potentially a very low risk area, because it's easy to manage where to have the stop loss, where one can set up a stop loss strategically. That is why it's easy to manage risk, okay? Because I don't think you want anything to do with this asset below this 363 area, not really. And if you've tested it once and rallied, that's not enough. And now it was a great area for scalpers to maybe take longs. But the second time is the confirmation low, and that's where swing traders come in and take their positions. So this could be, you could be onto something. It's up 4.58% today, so well, whatever. But that could be going on, and it's a decent combination of variables, right? You're showing sellers are, the chart is implying that sellers are exhausted at one of the most critical support resistance areas on this entire chart. So that it's implying upside next, if the T is respected. We'll see what happens, man. Yeah, AREC is not bad. Okay? And if you're not going to take along on this, please just listen to look at what I'm saying. Right? Where it's like, oh, you could apply this to any chart. Same type of stuff. Nice, dude. Very nice. Don't sleep on it. Our next one. Goodness gracious, this could be great. Holy crap, man. I don't know what this is. It's a wrapped ether pair. And it's making a friggin' 98% retrace. I like that. I love that. And you are showing stupid divergence in a really weird spot. And like a low, and then the lower low, and then higher levels are out of strength. It's wacky chart, man. And this stuff you just get on these. You just get wacky charts, man. Look at the illiquidity, the wicks and the pumps and the dumps, man. It's almost XA, B, C, D stuff too. So if it's gonna keep going, then I think eventually 10.95 cents. It's just that high from February 2021, and then above that. Probably 14.7, not cents, but whatever this is, it's wrapped waves, but that's too many numbers. I don't even know how many numbers. I'm not even going to try to calculate that with, it's like, 147 million or 1.4 billion wrapped waves. I don't, okay.
TCT, please. No reason other than I dreamt about. Am I dreaming? Be kind. Cheers.
Okay, Lemon, thank you, dude, for the 26 Australian dollar contribution. Sure, we'll look at it. Thank you. All right, so it seems like it's ready to make another wave up. It's working on it. It's up 13% today. You just think, like, if you're talking about support resistance, it did hit this one mini high from February 4th right there. So it's all right. So that's there. You break that, you're going to whatever that is. 1.0 or just 1.09 billion wrapped waves or whatever that number is. Okay. Anyway, cool story. YFDFI, and that's like speaking of the YF size, whatever. What about this, man? What about YFI on the 4 hour? Bullish Gartley, daily bullish divergence IMO. And yes, like last night, man, the price action correlation to this ice line that goes all the way back to the date of September 3rd, 2020. I've had this, if you watch this stream, since I ever looked at YFI the first time, this has always been there. It's never been touched, okay? An untouched ice line. Look at the price action, the reaction at the PCZ of the textbook bullish Gartley. You rallied, you then back tested that ice line. We know where the wick fell below, but then the second test, nothing fell below it. It was just perfect. And on that second low, I zoomed into the 60-minute and saw hidden bullish divergence there and pending price action continuation. That was it, man. That was it. So I posted that. It's tough, man, making an actual confirmed trade setup without all the variables at the area. But so the thing is, the assets there can be so much demand for an asset that the reaction you get, you can never get back down to that level. Right, too many buyers came in and you got back above a critical ice line. So this in itself is a form of confirmation. It doesn't always have to be a Wachowski inverse head and shoulders double bottom or anything. This in itself, right? That's why it's important to understand historical context.
Hey Mitch, can you look
September, man, like back when it's very new asset. Look at it, how it's regarded. It's beautiful. So upside, I mean, C is 37,629, but really I think 39,650 would be, it's a target for sure. And then 43,780, the old all-time high back from September 13th. And then above that, I mean, those are the two big ones if you were trading this. And then above that's $50,000. So YFI, textbook bullish Gartley, reacting and reversing at an ice line. Beautiful. It was up 10%. What's up, Tia? And sure, we'll look at YFI to BDC. Yep. Beautiful. More upside for sure implied on YFI. I think YFI is gonna, as of yesterday, I thought it was gonna double. I think it's eventually gonna see 50K again off this pattern and this trend. It's funny though, to the untrained eye, they would be screaming head and shoulders, man, it's a head and shoulders. Like on the daily, it's like, dude, your trend's so bullish, it's so tough. Like, how are you gonna ignore in a bullish trend all the bullish variables presenting themselves at bullish critical areas? You can't, man. Remember, the trend is your friend, hardcore. So why is technical analysis used to predict human behavior? Well, it's just like history repeating itself, but again, like, there's just different aspects. The charts tell us different things, right? What's up, Tug of Food? You pump me up, man? Yeah, I'm getting pumped up. I've been working out. I'm getting jacked, man.
I want to pump you up. Time to level up your game and join the Patreon for the incoming waves. First of the month is coming. Save those dollars and invest in yourself. Gains.
Thank you, Tug Food, man. Much love.
Have you checked OneChain? They pre-announced a partnership with a conglomerate with 1.5 million employees and 340 billion revenue. Check Twitter.
Oh, that's cool, man. If you're requesting an asset to look at on chart, $20 minimum. It's like been that way since 2 months ago. So I can notice that there's probably a Telegram group of an S coin that's trying to shill it. So you're doing it again like you were doing yesterday. You're just going to get banned, okay? Like, everyone sees what you're doing. You're not the first. You certainly won't be the last project to try to shill your coin to get people to buy it, all right? I know you are. Look, you all got banned. So you can keep trying. That's fine. But that's just not the proper way to do it. They're probably in Telegram, like, now talking trash, like, oh, I hate this guy. This guy's such a piece of crap for doing that. My coin's better than all the other coins out there. Pump my coin. It's not. Alright, next one. Dang, that one's not on the watch list? I mean, there's not really anything to look at. Yep, I mean, there was a great time to look at Anchor. We did look at it way back in November, and it went insane. And God, it broke out in February, and just like, you know, you're requesting this asset, Anchor. I'm like, what do you want me to do with it, right? It's the composite operator acquired his position, and he's marked it up, and who knows when it's going to end now. I don't know. Like, you're past phase E and Wyckoff accumulation down here. This is the time. Not now. Now it's like, wow, the downside could be terrible. But of course, yeah, it could just pivot and go higher. Of course, man. But you're just kind of flipping a coin. Just nothing. There's nothing right now that's saying upside. Like, maybe it turns into hidden bullish divergence eventually, but the negative momentum is just building. You're at 59 on the RSI. You could just keep selling off. You could go to a much deeper retrace before it pivots and goes higher. So just no value. You're paying high premium, and you just missed the markup. Like the past week, you missed the markup. So there's probably a much better opportunity right here. Yep, there was, man. It was just like, look, there's accumulation. It reminds me of kind of like Engine. Look at that. There was like a pseudo ascending triangle going on. It broke it, then back tested the resistance as support before the markup. So educational, at least. Hindsight to you, whatever, man. When you tip me and you're asking for something like this, all I can do is go back and see, how did this start? You know, when could it have made sense to go long, right? On the back test, maybe. Now it's like, whatever. No data. I just marked up and sold off some. Great.
Mitch, I need somewhere to park my ass CTS for the foreseeable future. I'm particularly interested in pharmaceuticals and Chinese ADRs. Do you think you can take a crack at it? Just whatever you see coming down the pipe. Hunter.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Sorry, try to keep it non-political, even though it's all terrible, dude. Okay. It's like a whirling dervish of crap. We don't even talk about. Even political channels there are. Well, half of them are banned, you know. So, you see where I'm going? All right. Next one. TCT. Are you talking about Token Club? Woman, I mean, there's TCT, like this, the only thing, oh, yeah, it's like TCT to, on Binance. I mean, you're dreaming, like, I don't know, it's like just non-stop, man. Parabolic uptrend's unbelievable on this one, stupid. Is this an NFT space? Probably. I got nothing for you, dude. There were great times to ask about it, you know, the beginning of that accumulation. Yeah, much better levels down here. Now it's, right, the composite operator acquired his position, and he's marking it up like crazy, and it's just like it all-time highs. Yeah, there's probably a really pretty channel here or something, you know, an uptrend, but I think it's more like a curved line. See, there's just a linear line. So just look how far off it is from its just, you know, a standard trend line here. God, what would even make no sense? Probably like that. So yeah, it's just making a, it's crazy, man. It's making a higher low. This is stupidly bullish, man. It's just, wow. 3 valleys, classic accumulation and a continuation. So once this asset TCT breaks 5.8 cents, man, who knows where it's going? You know, probably 6 to 10 cents, of course, right? Psychological. We're just talking like this, man, right? You can just remember how these things go: XA, and then B, C, and then D. 1618, 1618 on a bearish crab pattern. PCZ of a bearish crab pattern would take you all the way up to 7 cents, 7.2 cents. So yeah, man, I mean, it looks really strong here. It's hard to believe, right? Because it's gone up so much, but like just talking about the psychology of the buyers and sellers, that's so powerful right there. So strong, so much accumulation at these levels. Like I would think you would want nothing to do with it once it breaks below 5 cents, because that's the previous low of the third valley. That's your cutoff point, because then it's probably going back down the demand line. But keep this up, man. Get 7.2 cents eventually on TCT. Wow. Better than cash, I guess, right? So if you haven't yet, I'm sure you all have, right? But please go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I'm posting the link now. It's a public Instagram now, and I'm just posting like technical analysis, educational infographics, trying to do it daily. Eventually it'll slow down, but I'm just trying to get them all loaded on there. What's up, Cololo? Hot sauce, thanks for 20. Also, be sure to join the Discord, where we have going on 13,000 members or something. Very, very large community. Yeah. Thanks for the 1,400 people here. Appreciate it. Could be doing anything. Could be watching anyone. Alright, next one was what? Oh, kind of going back to where we were. Yeah, I kind of looked at this last night, just on my phone. Right, so it's like a descending broadening wedge or something. This is like your just consolidation structure. Down at crazy levels, right? Like your low from to February, and then you did get down. Wow. Yeah, you were at your all-time low from January 2nd. Nope, it wasn't an all-time low, sorry. It just hit an ice line from January, beginning of the year. It just fell below it and held it, right? One bottom, two bottom. There was bullish divergence there. Yeah, so impending price action reversal, you got it. But it was mainly the US dollar that we were looking at that was so promising. So yeah, probably the upside, but most likely based on history, it's going to, have these pumps, and then Bitcoin's going to eventually outperform it over and over and over, like it has been. Right? I don't think YFI can keep up Bitcoin performances. You can look at the chart. But yeah, you can't say you're not at areas where YFI couldn't go nuts again. Yeah, a little too, is this a harmonic? Like X, how we do it? X, A, B, C, D? Just screwing around here. I mean, it's an X, A, B, C, D of some sort.
Thanks for checking out the IGTV on Thursday.
A little too deep.
Appreciate you checking it out. Clapping.
Yeah, that's like sharkish behavior somewhat. So yeah, it could be. I mean, you're definitely in an area where a major reversal could happen. I mean, based on history, what happens here? Every single time, no matter what, at this 59,000 to 61,000 Satoshi area, you do get markups in price. Undeniably, it happens. So it could happen again. Isn't that crazy? I mean, look, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down-ish, pretty much. To straight up-ish to straight down. So why not eventually maybe YFI to BTC goes straight up again? It could. It could. So what does that mean? YFI to the US dollar doubles in price or more. Yeah. Maybe 100K. But this is very, very interesting chart to tandem with the YFI to US dollar pair. Could be telling us something.
Thanks for the awesome stream. May we see your TA on the .coin? Trading pair ./USDT on the hourly. Thank you.
Thanks, dude. For the 690. All right, let's look at H bar next. That has also been killing it. And it all started with that inverse head and shoulders. Down here. That was it, man, and I can't believe what it did after. I mean, I can believe what it did, but then it goes and pulls a crypto, right? So it held that 30 cent area, and it looks like it bounced. And look what it did. It hit where traders set it up their highest point March 15th, and what did it do? It's reversing there. Still up 10%, even with the selling coming in. So I don't know. Eventually, just make a higher low, and then it'll test 43 cents again. And then if it breaks it, then it could very well move. But it hasn't yet, right? Sorry about the burp. My bad. Right? I mean, specifically why I draw these trend lines, because these are areas where there would be supply. People would have sell orders here, right? Scalpers. People taking profit. People maybe opening shorts there. Many things go on at these levels. So that's why I was plotted. And it reversed there. Wow. It's respected. Beautiful. But it never broke out, then you're talking 50 cents. 50 cents on H bar, and then a golden mean ratio is like 56 cents. So that's your targets eventually, if you can just maybe make a higher low than the previous lows. Good. I mean, worst case scenario, it comes to a back test 30 cents, right? A spring back test. You never got confirmation off that low, right? You just broke it and never tested it again. Not really. So that could happen. But yeah, things been killing it, and this was brought up to patrons literally right here. What happens when you show an inverse head and shoulders, and the right shoulder just happens to be back testing the 200 moving average, as well as a high from history as support. It goes to the top of the channel, but then sold off, made a higher low, hit the heart line, and then broke out and went insane. What a crypto. So, all right, H bar, cool. Doing what assets do in ranges, reversing at tops of ranges. Wow, I can't believe it. What's up, Don Cam for the 2787? He said, thanks for checking out Crypto Glass. Yeah, nice guys. I appreciate them shout me out. So word got around that y'all gave me a shout out. So reciprocity, right? Right back at you. Yeah, you could check out Crypto Glasgow on Instagram TV. They stream over there, and they're like into fundamentals and helping people get into the space. They're much different than what I do, where I'm just charts, right? They're helping. They're part of that movement that's helping people get into crypto, because there's so many people that aren't in it yet, and they can be intermediaries or mediums for people to start getting into it, so they have their purpose, like I have my purpose. All right, so we got the other requests that met the minimum criteria. Awesome, dude. Been live for over 1 hour and 8 minutes, so we look on the hits. Oh my god. Go back to Bitcoin for a sec. That is just continuously holding the old supply line. It's now a demand line. That's pretty amazing. And it's only after it broke that, it's back testing that, but at the same time, for a 12 hours of rejecting the old area where traders set it up their highest level ever, right? And it's just really the zone of resistance between 58.1 and 58.4. All right, the wick high and the candle high close. That's why I plotted both, and you can see beautiful correlation. So very critical areas. You gotta admire that, man. You gotta love it. Yeah, man, and then just I keep we bring it over here. It's just like this chart, It's when we look at. I figure y'all would like it anytime like I'm doing a request or something. Like it's always gonna be on the chart when when I switch over here. You'll be getting like updated on Bitcoin the whole stream. So that was kind of like a newer thing I've been doing. But yeah, you are technically trying to break out. You're just at the breakout point, man, where it's like mysteries abound. 44 minutes until your daily candle close. Would be your highest candle close since March 20th. Wow, 9 days. The upside is tremendous, man. Just flip this chart over. Flip the chart. How pathetically bearish this is. Look at that. And then you, really, man? Inverse cup with handle? That's so nasty. Just kidding. It's so bullish looking. And your variables are backing it up. I tweeted about it yesterday. You can also follow me on Twitter too if you want. Cool story, bro, right? Alright, man. Well, I mean, shoot, I thought there'd be more like hype and insanity and it'd be crazy for such a good day where, you know, Bitcoin is showing a lot of promising stuff, but what can I do, man?
Skinny Pete tipped $22.22.
I'm Skinny Pete.
Hey Mitch, can you take another look at Dollar Snow? Pulled back to its IPO low and appears to have double bottomed. Good area to manage risk.
Sure, dude. Thank you, Skinny Pete. On the fast track to Los Lunas. Don't do it, dude. Don't break your parole. Thank you. Yeah, back below that IPO price. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't say it didn't reverse here, but SPACs got wrecked, man. It wasn't just snow, but yeah, it's look right there. That's interesting. The lowest level ever from September 24th. You finally tested it as support, and you did. You did, in fact, show some 4-hour bullish divergence. Did you get any daily help on this? Yeah, the RSI on the 4-hour and daily are implying upside. Look, a low, and then the high, low. So it's just beginning now. You would think that, look what it did though. 232 is being regarded as resistance. You have to break that. Now, if you break that, I think you're going to 266. You test that, I don't know, right? But if you break 266, 297 again. So it's just one at a time. All it's doing is it held the lowest low ever as support for the first time. It finally tested it. And there was some seller exhaustion there, and it rallied, and it's now testing what was once support is now resistance. So if it breaks it, you're going to 266. If not, you're going back to 208 most likely. It looks like there's kind of a gap fill at 217 that could happen. So, yeah, man, it's kind of really rough lately, man. And this is what happens when you don't have much data and a harmonic presents itself like this. It wasn't in the place, right? We love is like, hey, it starts out like this, right? Down, and then this pattern's created. It was kind of different, right? A little different. So yeah, it's okay. And I'll tell you, looking
Hey
real
Mitch,
good.
could we look at Cardano? The Patreon is great, thanks.
Glad you're enjoying it, Paul. Thank you for the feedback. Yes, we'll look Cardano. Yeah. Which took along on this on, maybe was it Wednesday night, Thursday? Because just the setup was the Gartley pattern. Gartley pattern that hit one bottom, actually fell below it, hit the 886. You know, it happens, man, but it was the confirmation low and got back above the 107 support resistance. And has just been sitting sideways above the 200 moving average. Patience. Like, all you can do is patience. You're making higher lows consecutively now. And I think eventually it would, Cardano, anything above 115, the probability is high that it would eventually hit 145. So patience on this. You just gotta wait. That's it. 145 is the target. If I break 145, then you're going to all-time highs. Price discovery is back on, right? High to low. This thing's been chopping around for a while, dude. The target above all-time highs is 162, 169, and then your golden ratio is 179. 179. Just keep making higher lows. Like, it come down and sell off and actually back test 107 and still be technically bullish.
T-Stonk's doing their thing with all the shortages and profits on increased pricing and lack of availability. NY Post published an article talking about how Bitcoin is a bunnies and not a real thing 3 days ago. Idiots.
I don't know, man. There's probably just better people out there to watch than me, so that
Super chat
probably has to do with it too.
Did
So,
we take a look at the exchange yet today?
what's up, Ubi man? Thanks for the 50. Yeah, we'll look at VeChain if you want. All right, so Cardano, I think looks great, and just patience. Some patience required on this. Just keep making higher lows, and it's gonna see 145 eventually. Okay. Yeah, VeChain, just nuts, dude. Just what was nuts. So it had that little downsloping channel. It kind of broke it, and it's out of it now. And you know, anything above 10 cents.
Educate me, please. Harmonic rules. If you have a potential harmonic yet price action breaks / hits PCZ levels before the PCZ. If you move your leg to that candle, it's an invalid harmonic. Can it still play?
No, it's not really. These harmonics, the 786, 886s, they can go down one more fib. No, the 886 one's like the bat, like the invalidation's below the X. Normally that's like where you don't want to mess with it. It's normally where the most strategic stop loss would be below X. But then again, it's like, depends on what harmonic it is. You know, if you have an alternate bat, it goes to 113% retrace. Sharks can go to 113% retrace, so just depends. So VeChain that's broken out of it, seems like bull pull bull flag of some sort is still out, and you think the longer it stays at these levels, higher probability becomes it goes to test 10 cents, which is actually technically never done that. It's only tested like 9.8 cents. So 10 cents the target, assuming Bitcoin doesn't crap out or something. I think VeChain's got a chance to break 10 cents and then see 11 cents, 15 cents. Like 13.5 cents is your 2618th of extension. So yeah, that's, if this actually continues, yeah, much higher levels involved, but there's no value here. Extreme premiums. So you're paying serious money for VeChain right now compared to its history. All right. Obviously, there were better times to take longs. Way better times, and we covered it way back. That's it, man. Kava, yeah, I was starting to talk about it for a sec. I mean, like, there are multiple, there's like, charts tell us different things, different indicators tell us different things, right? So, I mean, like, you asked the question, why technical analysis can be used to predict human behavior? Well, what happens if, like, you know, different oscillators tell us things, right? Like, what if, and, you know, what if there's lower levels on the relative strength index and you're making higher lows? That is a form of exhaustion. Sellers are exhausted. That's what's being implied, right? Bullish divergence or convergence, right? I mean, right here, the lows, higher lows, convergence is just a continuation pretty much too, is being implied. So, I mean, that's one aspect. And then another aspect is like on Bitcoin, right? From its previous discernible swing low to high, there was value, right? There was a 61.8% retrace it tested. So there was a 61.8% sale on Bitcoin from its respective previous low. So market participants thought, hey, that's good enough for me. I see a sale on Amazon for Bitcoin for 61%. All right, I'm going to take that sale. So, and then the bullish engulfing Marabazoo happened, and then market participants saw that, and that could have been a signal for buying. And you got above a critical resistance anyway. So bullish trend, parabolic trend, double handle. So, right, and then a lot of times, like, the charts will, you know, the patterns themselves, like, indicate certain levels of psychology from market participants, right? Where, you know, an ascending triangle is the perfect example of, like, why things happen, why they play out, right? You have an ascending triangle. And it's like, all of them have their own, like, psychology. Go read Thomas Bulkowski's books. He goes into the psychology of them, like what market participants are doing. And it's like, why is this bullish? Why could this be bullish? It's not 100%, but why could it be? Because there's a sell wall in an uptrend, right? So there's someone there suppressing the price, and the possibility of why they're suppressing the price is so they can, them and their buddies, they can accumulate the asset at a lower level. Maybe there's, you know, like a 50%, 38% sale on the asset here. They take a long rally. Oh, that sell wall is still there. So whoever is suppressing the price is not ready for the price to continue upward, so it sells off again. The buyers run it to that price. They see that there's not enough demand to break it, so the buyers relent, and then it sells off again. But then when it sells off again, there's a higher low. So that is indicating on the chart that there is more people owning this asset than there was before. Accumulation. So it rallies again. The same freaking guy with that same sell wall. There's still too much supply and not enough demand. So it sells off again. But what happens? Another higher low is created. And eventually, and then hidden bullish divergence on the oscillator at the same time, right? So exhaustion from sellers is becoming evident or apparent too. So eventually, the sell wall, and this is the absorption of the remaining supply, right? So the supply is being absorbed by the demand, by the buyers, right? Every time, and eventually, boom. It's either the market participants are pressing the price just lifts. He takes off. He cancels his limit sells here, or there's just no, like, all that selling. Right? There's no more supply at that level, and demand just completely takes over and you get huge markups. So, dude, it's not just one thing. So I'm trying to answer your question. I see you said something, but I was trying to answer it earlier. And like, don't be mad if I ignore your request when I'm trying to do these things. Like, I would never get any effective education done if I just stopped what I was doing while you tipped. So anyway. So Mural, Joe, Frank. Look, man, if you were going to ask about education, it's $20 minimum, just like a request on an asset, okay? I shouldn't even... See, now it's happened. Well, they requested 20. So, like, if you want, like, something specific like that, just treat it like it's an S-Coin request. But you just want education instead. Fine, specify it in the TTS. All right, next one. What's up, Sam Alvarez? Says, appreciate you, Mitch. Man, love learning TA. Need a restock on them green harmonic hoodies. Are they out? Sam, thank you for the throwback shirt. Hope you enjoy it, man. Much love.
Vitaly Green Super
What's up,
Chat
Vitaly?
$69.69. Could we please check up on Farm Reward Token? It survived a near-death experience last fall.
I guess, man, if you want, dude. Thank you so much for the $69.69 super chat. Much love. Thank you. All right, let's do that next one. Oh yeah, Airbnb has a larger market cap than like Marriott and all the other big ones combined. Pretty interesting level. Yeah, could be at a range. Bottom of a range, near it. Nice bullish hammer. We already looked at Hex, Greg, but $20 minimum for requests anyway, but you can rewind it and Hex is there. So this reminds me a little bit of Home Depot. If you remember that, if you're a patron. Very much so. So you got some hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour right now at a nice line on a spring back test. Technically on both oscillators. Yep, it's class B divergence, where you make a double bottom on price and you make higher levels, the negative memo, lower levels rotor strength. So penny price action continuation going on. That was here, and the bullish hammer was maybe the signal on that. But it's up 4.64% today, and the upside with 215. Right, that's your minimum target. Like if this thing was going to actually play out, then it's 215 is the only target you would have here. Okay, or at least the minimum one. And you could fib for high to low to get the, if it breaks that trading range, it goes to all-time highs, you could do that. But that's it, man. Like, it's back testing an area that was once resistance, as support, hidden bullish divergence, implying a continuation of the upsides. All right, so yeah, that's it. So if the TA is respected here on Airbnb, eventually this. That's it. A, B, and B. Wait. All right. Oh, Stake's making a move finally. Like, who cares? It's so illiquid, and there's so many other assets out there, and there was a 10 times better area to go long on Stake, man.
Be the man, Mitch. Just do and believe people are just wishing they could charts as much you do in the charts as you do.
Is that a joint?
Thank you, Washington.
Can
Man.
you take a look at BNB/used? Its price has already marked up significantly, but I believe Bastse has true value and there is still room for growth.
So Matt, thanks, dude. Yeah, sure. BNB. That was looking great. Yep. Yep. Oh yeah, I gotta look at the state coin. It's up 18%. It's like every day it's like up or down 18%. So whatever, it fell back down to, it's kind of interesting. It went back to the top of the accumulation range. Didn't quite touch it. Made a higher low and it's rallying. It's back above $20, right? Anything above $20, eventually $26, right? If you get back above this area, then you're probably going up to $26. That's it. So, yeah, man, it was really crappy, dude. It was like it hit the PCZ, you know, and bounced, but it just didn't go anywhere. So, pretty valid harmonic in a really weird spot too. The area to be looking. Look, man, this was a trade setup, an entry back in the begin. It was like one of the first trade setups at the beginning of the year. It was like, Happy New Year, here's stake on a double bottom, bullish divergence, PCZ of a harmonic, oh my god. And look what it did. You know, from the entry of that trade setup, literally went up 428% in 48 days. So, I don't know what you could how you could care about stake, you know. So, it's now on the other side of the fence, where eventually it could just sell off. I mean, if it falls below $15, it's screwed, man. But, you know, make a deep retrace. But anything over $20, you can see $26. And that's the major resistance area. So, yep, let's see what happens. So, it's hard to be like, oh, I'm going to take a long right now when it's breaking above an old support resistance. It's so illiquid, but it's up 18%. Taking a long on something up 18, 20% is a great way to get wrecked on the next day. So, cool story, bro, on this, I guess, right? Yeah, something like farm.
What's the name of the book you spoke about just now?
Huh? Stuart, are you talking about for chart patterns or something? Thomas Bulkowski's Chart Patterns. Chart Patterns, second edition by Thomas Bulkowski. If you want to learn more about the psychology of buyers and sellers per pattern, right? Each pattern is going to have psychology. Oh, Bitcoin selling off a little bit, trying to fall back below that supply line. So, you know, I mean, I like how it's above this farm to wrap either is above that 12.6 area, right? Clearly, February 10th and 28th it was created. All right, you're above it, and now you're above the December 2nd low. So anything above that, I think in time you could very well see 23, whatever wrapped waves, 23 whatever's above the 200 moving average again, which is good, but could be double top in here too. So, but I think the congestion area where it's like you don't want anything to do with farm rewards below this, but anything above it could eventually yield 23 wrapped waves, 23 billion wrapped waves. All right, I like the higher low on the double bottom too. Slight amount of accumulation, just a little bit. So you hold this long enough, eventually you will see 23. All right, that's your farm rewards token. Okay, above critical areas, and maybe it's just it could start creating just an ascending triangle or something, and a continuation that would take you up there. Okay. BNB. Yeah, incredible looking asset, and look what it's 265, right? That's a high. It's definitely a support resistance. It's back testing as support. So I think eventually, you know, it got the reaction. It never got a reversal low or a second low, and that happens sometimes when there's just too much demand on an asset. So the target, you know, C, but like really $300 psychological, and it's a high from February 21st, and then above that's 332. You break that, all-time highs, you're gonna go nuts, and it could just, this crazy run could continue. So Todd, thank you, man, for the merch perch. Oh, you got the indoor pillow. Been away for a bit, continued. Thanks for all you do. I'll post a selfie of my sway in Discord. Swag, you mean? I don't know, maybe it's sway. He says cheers. Thank you, Todd. Appreciate it, man. Okay, here's the Discord. Be sure to join it if you haven't. It's where the conversation continues when the stream inevitably ends. All right, thank y'all. pinned it as well.
Hope all is well, brother. Would you say the hidden bearish divergence on NMR has played out, or is it still looming?
What's up, B-Marts, man? Thanks, 1337. Well, remember, you gotta... You were close, but you gotta, you know, it's a $20 minimum to look at assets these days. It's just unfortunate how the way the world works now, okay? Because if I say, okay, I'll look at it, then other people are just gonna start tipping 1337, and then 10, and then 5, and then 3 or something. So, thanks, man. And that makes me just look so bad, you know? I know, I'm such a bad guy for doing that, making a minimum of 20. So, okay, I mean, BNB looks great, dude. I love it above 265. I love how it's back tested as support. And you think if it holds this long enough, then 302 is coming. You know, that'd be the next level. And then 332 after that, and then $400 after that. So, yep. And this is an extremely strong asset. I mean, this is just like an outperformer, like crazy. So I would not be surprised if it continues its stupid bullish parabolic run after consolidating for 5.5 weeks, almost 6 weeks, dude. Thank you, Todd, man. All right, so I think we're good, man. Like, you know, I thought, I don't know, like what it'll take for the crazy hype to come back, and you know, the Hey song and stuff. We're just so close to all-time highs again. It's crazy. I'm taking it like just other people have found other streamers that they like better, or that, you know, it's just like they connect with more. So, and understandable. All right, so thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. So, Kava, thank you, dude.
Thanks for the great response. Smiley face.
Yeah, dude, thanks. So, I'll be back. Remember, Bitcoin looks incredibly bullish on the daily. There's like 21 minutes till your daily close. I'll be back.
Noise!
Yeah, it was like a month and a half, 2 months ago
My
we started
bad,
doing
man. Don't know how I missed that memo. Here you go. Thanks,
Okay.
Mitch.
that. All right, you are extending the stream for a second.
Love the Wasp trip. Are you a fan of Cascade?
What's up, dude? I don't know. I think maybe I don't even remember anymore. Thank you, dude. Yeah, NMR. What an uptrend, man. What a beautiful, beautiful uptrend. But I remember looking at it down here. NMR, right? That was the, wow, Composite Man talking about it. So much volatility, so much chop. It's so illiquid, but it's above $45, which is that peak from November. Anything above that, I think eventually we'll see $53. And if you ever break that, my God, look out. Anything above 53 is going to 67. So I think that where it is now, it's probably going to 53. It's above that 200 moving average. Real nice. I guess it diverged the whole way, but just caught a big reaction like many other ones. So yep, that's it, dude. $53 next target if it can hold above $45 long enough, which that's a pretty, I think, pretty critical area, as we can see price action correlation. 53. There's no like confirmation low. There's no double bottom going on. Really, I mean, you could say from this low to this low maybe, but yeah, 53, then 67 after that. All right, thanks again, B-Marts. Really appreciate it. So let's see what happens, man. Let's see if Bitcoin can hold. mean, you understand what's happening too on the daily. This is a bullish engulfing candle in the making. This is exactly. Oh, and the weekly too. We talked about the weekly where, oh yeah, it's 2 nothing burgers. They could easily be engulfed. We're working on it, dude. Working on it. This is real
Hey
good.
Mitch, can you take a look at SNX? Thanks for all you do.
What's up, dude? Yeah, man. Sure, if you want. Sure thing, dude. I mean, just look how freaking gorgeous this looks. I mean, how can you say this just doesn't look absolutely textbook Jesus pattern right here? It's so pretty, isn't it? Oh yeah, dude, this one's nuts, dude. Yep, look at this. SNX. It was a bullish bat pattern. Pretty much at the PCZ, it was like less than 1% off of it, whatever, and has made a little confirmation low, like a higher low confirmation. So 1, 2, yep, upside's crazy on this one. Yep. I think the target on SNX is eventually $21, $23. It's like $21 to $25, whichever. This is a high, but I would think if you're talking about Casey Stubbs targeting 23.41. I already looked at this one. I mean, I don't think I posted this, but I was scanning charts and had this. I'm like, oh my god, So there you go. Yeah, it's at a deep retrace area value. It reversed, and I think this is possibly a confirmation low. You're getting this higher low, and then again, targets $23 to $24. That's the zone of profit taking. Anything above that's $27 to $28. SNX. There you go, man. Okay. So might as well post it. All right. Thank y'all for coming out. Really, really appreciate it. One day the 1,000 like streams will be back. Maybe, if I'm lucky. But maybe not. So no expectations. I'll be back. Until next time, respect the TA.
chair. Someone sobbing outside of the door. My head's throbbing and my eyes are raw. Soft hand on my shoulder, I'ma write a refrain. Eyes closed, I'm hoping I can hide all the pain. A hand slipped under my shoulder, pull me in the sweet embrace. I'm told to keep the faith, with tears streaming down my face. Push back, deep breath, keep nodding my head. What she says that it's late and I'ma come into bed. Close the bedroom door to the stresses and the pressure. Hand my clothes up in the closet, put my watch up on the dresser. Moonlight to the window with two young lovers. A sweet voice says to me as she pulls back the covers. Getting drunk now that everything is said and done. Introduced the fire to my woman. I told her buy a man and keep him coming. We tell the standards, raise a glass further the pattern. Looking at my grandfather, arms folded, broken hearted to the big back garden. When she picked me up, I kissed my head to the little chats when I with her up for cigarettes. Man, where did the years go? Be your mind too proud to let the tears flow. Wanted outside for a ciggy on the tank. Face to the stars as I finish up a drink. Got up before her life started kicking back in. She stood there behind me with